What do you want to do next? What is the next goal now that you're in List Builder Pro?
I was inspired by this theory about 1,000 subscribers equals €1,000 monthly revenue. I know how to sell my services to make €1,000, but I haven't figured out how could I sell my services without selling my time. So my next goal would be...
Did you know that you can make $1 per email subscriber per month on your mailing list? This is something I learned recently that has really helped me think through how I build my list and how I use my list. And that dollar is actually just a baseline amount. Depending on your niche, you could actually make a lot more per subscriber. So $2, $3. I've even seen up to $10 per subscriber. But let's just assume for a minute that it's $1. How many people do you have on your email list? And if you don't have an email list, stick around because this is going to help you immensely. Anything anyone should know about building their list if they're watching now?
Start building your list. Is what they need to know, because people don't understand that it's actually very important. And I also am guilty of it. But at the beginning, you don't understand exactly why is it necessary and what benefit I will get from it. But the most important thing is that if you have an email list, then you have your connections in your hands. If you have it on Instagram, you can have thousands of followers, but they might not see you. I have my Facebook group. It's really hard to be visible there. But with my email list, I do have full control over my people. It sounds a little bit maybe
grandiose. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's very
true.
It's
super important. It's
very
true. If I want to tell them something, I can do that. I just simply need to send an email, and I can send an email to thousands of people. And if 40% of people, what is my opening rate, is opening it, that means that around 400 people are reading it. That's a huge amount of people.
When did you join List Builder Pro?
Last week.
Last week. Wow. Okay. And what is the milestone that you just reached?
1,000 subscribers to my email list. Totally transparent. Yeah. I didn't start from scratch.
So you got 230 emails in 1 week since joining List Builder Pro. Tell us a little bit about how, because didn't you have something really interesting happen in the first couple of days?
I had like those moments when I realized, oh, why haven't they done it earlier? Because I was like binge reading the content. And then there was a lot of things, many things, what I already know, but for some reason I didn't do it. And that's why it's so useful to have this information in one place. Even if you are not a beginner, it's like a system. And then I was like, okay, I would do this. I would do that. For example, I read that you should start collecting email addresses from your webpage. I was like, I am actually collecting, but I have never transported those email addresses to ConvertKit, now Kit. So, and then I went there, I was like, oh, wow, I have like 100 and something subscribers here.
So you kind of found like this hidden treasure of emails that you already had collected on your website. Exactly. That's so great.
People who are already warm, who are interested in my business. I'm a woodworker and a community builder. I build community for woodworkers. I think they are very happy to receive from me my nourishing emails where I invite them to my complimentary community workshop, or I make some discounts, super friendly discounts for my subscribers. So yeah, it's a win-win situation.
What about the other 60 or so emails? Did they come from other treasures you found?
I did find more treasures. For example, I have had my previous workshops, paid and free. I run every now and then complimentary workshops. So I had some people from my paid workshops. I just started like digging deeper. Like I went back to, in the past, because I know these people who have been to my workshops, we always had like a good relationship, and that I know they will be happy to find an email from me.
Okay, so you have this website about your woodworking, and is it a pop-up where people can put their email?
Yes, I have a pop-up. I also have built a freebie. I wrote an eBook because in woodworking is extremely male-dominated area. So for me, it's about the damn time to start women's planning.
Yeah. and shout out to the book.
Exactly. The 2 books.
Yeah.
So So I wrote the book, like a small ebook with tips and tricks how to start woodworking in a simple way, because I am also a qualified carpenter and I have gone through all this education where everything is so complicated, extremely difficult. So my goal is to provide information in a simple, edible way. And this is what I also have done. I have done my ebook, which is freebie. Sometimes they buy also. I have this option that you can pay. So some people
Yeah.
pay, so I have made some little money of it also.
Yeah, because a great lead magnet or freebie is something that people would pay for. That's the best type
Mhm.
of freebie, is because they want, oh, I want that value, so I will exchange my email address to receive that gift. And so, what do you want to do next? What is the next goal now that you're in List Builder Pro? What will you use it to do next?
I was inspired by this theory that 1,000 subscribers equals with €1,000 monthly revenue. I know how to sell my services to make €1,000, but I haven't figured out how could I sell my services without selling my time. So my next goal would be to generate €1,000 per month, like passive or semi-passive way. So I'm starting to figuring out how I can do that.
Yeah, I love that. That we teach that in Arlan's All Access, and it's just really exciting. So an email list, as we know, is really important to reaching out to people, having that conversation with your potential audience, with clients, etc. I have about 22,000 right now on my personal list, and then I have a couple of other lists that I work with in different companies. And I can tell you right now that that $1 per person on the list is actually really accurate. Mine's more because of my niche, but definitely can clear $1 per person. And that doesn't even mean $1 per person who does anything or even opens up your email. It just means for every one person on your list, you should be able to monetize that for $1 or more. Do you think you're going to try for the next 1,000 email addresses, or do you have like a plan to do the monetization first, or will you do them both at the same time?
I probably do them both at the same time. I still have some things what I haven't tried and I still can do it also from your list builders community. For example, I haven't like planted too many seeds. Like I can make more landing pages. I also had this idea of making a wait list for my workshop. I organize once a month a free workshop. So I made a landing page for a wait list. And this
Oh, I
is
love
also,
that.
I have 5K followers on Facebook, and I also have 1.3 thousand members on my Facebook group, and I put those links there. Now I see that every day, like few people are coming in. I still want to keep on growing it and finding ways how to make it bigger.
On Zoom, for instance, if you were to do a workshop that people had to register for, you can then export those email addresses because they're signing in to register and they're giving you the permission to use their email address to communicate about that workshop. So that's really interesting. Yeah, I love that. I will add that to the advanced section of List Builder Pro because it's something I didn't remember to add to it.
There are like many small tweaks what you can make to, and also many small tweaks what you can make so that it's automatical, that you don't have to think about it. And I would love to figure out more ways to
Yeah,
do that.
there are at least 30 ideas inside of List Builder Pro as like an intro, right? Because it's a $500 a year program that's for $50 essentially. So there's like at least 30 ideas, but we are always building upon those. And especially from the community itself, like you're giving me ideas. So we'll add that to that archive, which I think is really fun.